Marty is actually going to share with us his whole journey, because he is one that has done his single family, built up the portfolio, and started with the multifamily as well. And now he's ready to continue and move on. So Marty, tell us a little bit about your background first.
All right. Most of my corporate America career was with Target. I worked for them 17 years. I think I'm seeing some heads nod, so you probably know Target Corporation. Relocated with them 8 different times. So I was a corporate man for sure. So moved all over the U.S. I've been here in Dallas, Texas about 15 years. Left Target, took some of the money I had at Target and bought some homes before Lifestyles, didn't know what I was doing. And then, I ran out of money to buy more homes. And then I heard about Lifestyles Unlimited, joined them in 2014. And I really came on board for one reason. I wanted to buy more homes. So I overheard one of the people that work here buying a home at church. He was in the lobby. I was eavesdropping, asked him about it. So I kind of looked at this as a place to find more homes.
So Marty was a stalker.
I was a stalker. So that was my motivation, was to buy more homes. When I came here in this very room, I learned that I could do much, much more. And that's when the journey started. And I learned how to do it right.
Yeah. And the thing is when you did it, beforehand, you were still doing well, but now you were able to take it to the next level by doing the other things. Right. And the one that we're going to go over his full portfolio here in just a slide or two, but what we wanted to showcase was his latest acquisition back in COVID in June or July of 2020.
It's been about 13 months only.
Yeah, and this was a big value add, but he's somebody that can actually be in rehab, stay in rehab, and love it, right? So you're
right.
So value add means fixer-upper.
Yep, fixer-upper.
And it's not far away. This is only about 4 miles from here. This is a home. It was under 1,200 square feet. And when we were done with it, when we first bought it, it was under 1,000 square feet. We converted the garage. This didn't exist before. There was no garage there. We actually added a garage in front, converted the old garage to part of the living room, added 200 square feet. And as you can see on here, it wasn't really habitable when we bought it. We added a half bath, new roof, new floors. We added central air. It's in Texas. It did not have central air. It does now.
So I have a question for you, Marty. You just sat there and said, we added. You were out there with hammers and nails working all summer long on this?
Very good point. No. I would ruin it if I did that. I've got a team. So when I say we, it's not me. It's Lifestyles. It's the vendors I use. Ola Chow is here. They helped fix it up for me. So yeah, it's definitely a team that did this.
So and that's why I want you, if you're new or if you're watching, you never heard this before, it's not like those stupid reality shows with the beautiful blonde ladies going through a divorce and she's painting a room and the next scene it's done. This is what Marty did. He got out a checkbook and he wrote a check. Who can do that? Then you can be a real estate investor. That's what I want you to get away from that.
Yeah. So if you can see the pictures, we have it before. The living room, this was a living room and dining room. It was small. So at the bottom, we actually added some windows. We added a floor. We had to, cement up the garage that was the garage. And the kitchen, we stole a lot of David's ideas. And one thing you learn about Lifestyles is we all steal each other's ideas, pictures, and paint palettes and all the good stuff. So now it's a beautiful little home.
And here's one thing I'd want to mention about your home as compared to the last presenters is that they went in with the ideal model, and you are past that point now, and you are willing to get in there and get something really discounted and build it up, because your rehab was quite extensive here to the tune of what, $60,000?
Yeah, this is by far my biggest rehab, but when I first joined, that number would have scared me.
Yeah.
But now I did it because of this other number over here. I earned equity, so I more than doubled what I put into it. So
who would be okay with 100% return? Not bad, right?
Yep. So now it costs you $40 out of pocket. So both these examples have been right in line with what Dave's saying that we see here in our North Texas market. And 142%. Are you doing property management, or are you doing it yourself?
No, and in fact, I'll put a plug in here for McCall Properties. I know Kyle's here somewhere. I've been using them for the last 6-7 years. They're outstanding. They take care of everything. They found the renters for me. If there's anything that needs fixing, they take care of it. I sleep well at night. I make my cash flow. They make a little bit. Everybody wins.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Remember, it's about buying back your time. That's the whole point.
Right.
And it's right there in the numbers I taught, $200 to $600 of cash flow.
Yep.
Cool.
Whoops, skip one.
Oh, did I? Oh yeah, we want to get in this one because this is how you start building. And so tell us a little bit about this portfolio lineup.
Okay, so some of this I had before, and some of these are duplexes. A lot of big numbers there. What I'd want everyone to leave here with is you can get there too. Just start with one. I have options now because I went to Lifestyles, obviously, and I bought one. It helped me buy another one. What's not on here is in the last 6 years, I bought 6 more and sold 6 more, which helped fund the new one. So I started off with a little nest egg. Lifestyles taught me how to expand it, obviously.
Yeah, and that's what David will teach at the 2-day is the fact that there are ways that you can get rid of one property and go buy 2 and the timing of that and how to do that.
Yeah, the whole point is to continually double your money to early retirement. One house won't retire your monopoly, would it? You trade in, you get 2, then 4, you turn to 4 greenhouses, get 1 red what? Apartment, thank you.
Yeah,
better.
so that is quite a bit of equity that you've got and annual cash flow. My goodness.
Yeah, the cash flow is good. The equity is telling me that I need to cash out on some of these and get more into the multifamily game. Get those red homes or hotels.
Here's one of the things I teach on the second day of my 2-day. I sit there and say, take your cash flow, divide it by your equity. What's your rate of return? Well, he's making 60 grand a year off $800,000 a year. I know he can do better.
Yep.
I know he can take the 800,000 and turn to 1.6 million in 2 years. Who agrees? Because a lot of you have done that. And I know Marty's already doing that. He's taking that next step.
He sure is. So how's this changed your life so far?
Say goodbye to corporate America. That was my why. After you work 17 years, putting it in 60 to 80 hours a week, you just want to, have your time back. So I was able to buy my time back. That's the biggest thing. Less stress, more freedom and control. When I tried a few other careers after Target, just kind of for fun, my coworkers were stressed. I felt pretty good because I had this real estate nest egg I was building. And now I said goodbye to it forever.
I have one question on this one picture here. Did he holler?
The cat was sleeping. Is that what you're saying?
Who understands that? Because if he hollers, you got to never mind.
Oh, I got it.
Delayed.
So yeah, just a few other things in here. Obviously now I kind of work for fun. I help out here. I help out wherever I can. I love giving back. I want people to do the same thing I did. And the cool thing, we touched on it earlier, I now have a team of people all helping me build my wealth. So
Absolutely.
Was that your car?
that was actually in Cuba. That was in Havana.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you can rent the car there. Who knew?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, so I think I've pretty much used every single one of Lifestyles Realty, single family realtors at some point. I can go through this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Capital Concepts, they helped me with the hard money, so thank you, Carrie and team. Catalyst Funding, they've helped me do some cash out refis. You'll learn about that, I'm sure, in the 2-day weekend. Finishing Touches helped me with homes in the past. They were great. And Ola Chow, Annabella, they really bailed me out on this last one. Thank you, front row. And I've already put a plug in for Macau Properties. They're outstanding.
He's standing back there, gloating back there. I see him.
Yes, yeah, there he is in blue shirt. Rick Johnson, single family mentor, and I'm also now using Alex Clark for multifamily as well as I dig more and more into that.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because what you're doing next.
Yeah, so I've already touched on this a little bit, but I'm now going to keep some of the single families, but I'm going to use that equity or sell them to get more into the multifamily, again, progressing to the red apartments, not hotels. I have two small apartment complexes in West Texas under contract. Again, thank you, Alex Clark, for your help with that. Eventually, I want to buy a cabin. Does everybody want that? Fall madly in love, get married. Yay.
Hold on a second.
I knew you were going to stop.
Are you single?
Yes.
He's available, and he got 875 grand to play with. Come on, gold diggers.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right, like you put it on the slide.
This is turning into a whole other case study.
All right, now I'm ready.
Is it not more fun my way?
I've lost control.
Sorry.
I like to travel. These are all travel pics. Travel pics. This is Switzerland. This is Tokyo, BVI's, Colombia, and Machu Picchu in Peru. So I don't want to do that.
That's cool.
So,
More
yeah.
travel. Doesn't everybody want to do that?
Well, if you've been doing that now and you haven't even reached your goal wealth-wise, then yeah, no telling what you're going to be.
There's
You're going to be
still a
on
lot yet to see.
the SpaceX to Mars.
Awesome.
Do we have any questions? Whoops, I went too far.
Question. Oh, there you go. The one lady.
I'm older than I like.
How old is he?
51.
He's 51. You look like you're 30. Okay.
I play a lot of volleyball.
Yeah, I know. That's true. The question over here.
Yes, back to real
Wait,
estate.
just so you know, she likes Star Wars, so let's just make sure.
On that first slide, how did you come up with your ARV? Your was the appraised value after you already had it appraised? How did you know what that was before the appraisal and all of that?
So I forgot to mention this. This home I bought through Lifestyles Realty. They send out a blast. If you don't know about that, you'll learn about it. So it was purely through Lifestyles. They had a form already filled out. And honestly, the numbers were conservative. You know, part of that's market appreciation, but the numbers were even better than what they said. So that's how I got it, and that's how I came up with the numbers. It was done for me.
Just so you know how they do that is, the appraiser comes out for the hard money lender. He has blinders on. He says, if you do this amount of work, he's showing $60,000 worth of work, then it'll be worth what everything else that's like it in the neighborhood. That's how they got that appraisal. So it wasn't fixed up yet when he bought it, but the appraiser knew that. He works with these companies. They come out there and say, if you do this work, it's worth that much. Okay?
And not only that, but even before getting into it and deciding that that was going to be a good deal for you, you went based on comps of other homes.
Right,
So,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
Right.
You're going to do that even before someone tells you what the appraisal is.
And if you don't understand a lot of these words, comps, ARV, don't worry, guys. This weekend I break it down step by step how to do all this.
And keep in mind, I added square footage, so that helped it as well. We converted the garage to part of the living room.
Got one more question over here.
So I know you're not married. You probably don't have kids, or do you?
No.
Okay.
39 nephews and
Yeah, I
nieces.
am. I heard. Beautiful wife,
okay,
my
we're
kids.
doing this.
But you have nephews, nieces, right? Thanks. What would you tell your kids, or not your kids, but your nephews and nieces, now that you know that you've gone through this? Like, what would you tell them this today?
You know, it's funny. Some of them are watching online right now. It's what I've already told them. You know, learn what Lifestyles does. You know, learn how to get started and really take the jump. That's the hardest thing, guys, is just buy the first home and you'll understand it. There's a lot you're going to learn from David, okay? But once you do it, there's all sorts of little nuances, and they also build confidence. So you got to just get started.
Let me take a couple.
Should I be talking to them?
You have no questions online? Okay.
None from
Oh,
online.
is that your nieces and nephews there? Okay. Oh, your kids. Okay.
Yeah,
You don't want your kids to be rich? You're asking about nieces and nephews?
with his.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to have financial
wait.
freedom, guys.
The guy over here, I want to ask the young guy who just first time here. Go ahead, Alex.
So I noticed you had a lot of duplexes. Do you recommend duplexes, or is that discouraged?
Okay, so that's actually a really good question. I did that because, again, I had a David Ramsey scared mentality, just play it safe. What if, you know, it's better to have two in case one's vacant. You don't need that anymore. When I first started with Lifestyles, I got one that wasn't duplex just to shake that off. So you don't need that. It worked just like anything else, but the problem with duplexes is you typically have to sell it to another investor. Not
And they're cheap and have T-Rex arms. So while houses are appreciating like 10, 12%, a duplex might only go up 3%. So you'll get a better appreciation rate in houses. The question was, how did you find your multifamily deal?
Okay, well, that's kind of funny. I met with my mentor, and when I first started, I was proud. I don't need a mentor. Well, you know, I'm like, I need to sit with a mentor. I'm paying for this. I want to see what it's all about. I went to the mentor so I could actually learn how to become a better passive. I left my lunch with my mentor thinking, I need to buy some IROs. He inspired me and helped me enable me. I got with a Lifestyles realtor. That's how it happened. Use
So
your mentor.
Lifestyles realtor found them for him, helped him find them.
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Now we have, hold on, we got to take some online people. Come on. Remember, there's other people than just the hundreds in the room. We got to make sure we take care of the people from California so they stay there.
All right, well, 2 questions from Jason. First one is, did you use hard money for the purchase and rehab? And the second one is, do you have any plans to be a lead?
I did use hard money, Carrie with Capital Concepts. Thank you. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th one I've done with him for hard money. So yes, I use hard money. I'm following the Lifestyles model to a T now. Wasn't always that way.
But yeah, he's forgiven for all past transgressions prior to Lifestyles. But that's why we're here. We're here to grow and learn.
And yes, eventually I'll most likely be an active lead again. Before I'm doing IROs right now. We'll see how that works for a little bit. So yeah, probably down the road.
Okay, cool. You're good? Any more?
Good.
All right. Okay, I have to, she's waving so much, I was gonna say no more questions, but because she's waving so much, I gotta go back there. I'm gonna get some exercise. Well, holler. So the question was finishing touches. Did they do all the work? Did they hold your hand?
So
But I know, just so you know, clarity, he didn't use finishing touches on this one. I believe he used a different one, right?
yeah, I use Ola Chow on this one. I've used finishing touches, kind of like lenders. I'm actually recognizing two lenders, two general contractors, but both Ola Chow and them, they do the same thing. They walk through, they kind of tell you, here's what you need to done, here's what you need to have done, here's the price, what do you want to do? They make it really easy, guys. I'm not an expert, but I can read the numbers. So
Although, even though I heard him say that, what do I teach you to do? Get a scope of work. Here's exactly what I want done, and then work it out with the contractor. You still need a scope of work. You still work with your mentors. That's how you mitigate your risk.
It's your investment after
Yeah.
all. So yeah,
Right.
absolutely. And we say that in the mentor meeting, you're going to meet tons of people that are very intelligent, know their business, know the model, but it's yours and you're the only one that can put the time and devote the time to making sure that it's done exactly how you want it according to your numbers with the help of your mentor.
Exactly. Awesome.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Well, thank you so much. Give Marty a hand.